Hello.
Hello.
By
Good evening.
Portugal.
How are you?
I'm fine. Boa tarde.
Bom tarde.
Beijinho. Gostei dela. Eu não tô lá. Diga, siga o médico. Ok, vai. Vai. Vai Portugal.
Yes.
Come. Please sit. Let me only drink.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Happy New Year.
Oh, happy New Year.
Thank you.
Well, it's now that your company go working again or not?
I don't think we go to working because we are having problem. We have a letter that we have to pay money, but the problem we don't know how we get one to pay. Because,
I explain you what is this.
okay.
The guy said that in November of not last year, another 2018,
Attention.
you don't pay the tax to the Segurança Social. Every month it must be paid this amount and this amount. And they said that the payment was not done.
Yeah, because in November 2018, we are not working. The company is not working.
But the accountant must inform the Segurança Social because
Yeah,
the guys in Segurança Social, if the accountant don't give the information,
The accountant sent the letter, I remember. He wrote a letter to inform them because even the finance don't ask for money because we don't do nothing. We write them, we suspend the company because before this time we have already written the petition.
yes, but in the beginning, when you receive this,
I came back and I saw it in the, we have no date, nothing. So I came back, I saw it in the post.
they do this in November of the last year.
In
This have the
2019.
date, yes. So they sent this and the payment must be done at the end of November. That it means that now it's not this amount, it's more.
So because I would like to know how I get the money. If I'm going to make drug trafficking, because the government have to help me out to tell me what to do to pay the money. Because if the same government say he took money from me, give me a license to operate, and the same government don't want me to operate, and the same government asks me to pay money, how will I do it?
But what I mean, this, if the accountant send information in time, this was not obliged to pay. The problem is that in the beginning he don't send information in time.
But if it's only November, because if I go through my mails, I will find it. So if it's only for 1 month, what of December? I knew that the accountant sent the letter through email because I have a copy of the email. If I go through my email, I'll find it.
Let me see that document.
I will
Let
find
me
it.
see that document, because usually what my experience show me in this kind of situation is that if they are asked for the money, is because they don't receive information.
I will look for the. I will go through my mail in 2018 from the accountant and I will find it. I will find the email, right? So I will find the email. So
What do you think to do with this company? It's not your intention to begin to work with the company.
what work will I start?
Now, this company has everything for to work. The problem that this company have is in the embassy in Nigeria.
Okay.
The embassy of Portugal in Nigeria.
Okay. If the problem is the embassy, and in the embassy where who decided to bring the company down for their own personal interest, what they do, they remove the Mr. They remove Mr. What is his name? Osvaldo. But other people are there, and they are still.
It's the same.
The structure is
It's
there.
the same.
Yeah. So the only person that they moved out is Mr. Osvaldo. They removed Mr. Osvaldo, but other people are there. So if the embassy who run illegal activities bring my own company down is my problem, I think I have to go to prosecutor. Because they cannot tell me it's only Mr. Osvaldo who do that. And who removed Mr. Osvaldo, because the person knows why. Because if you can remember the message Mr. Osvaldo wrote me, you don't believe me? You remember what he said?
Yes, I
He
remember.
made a threat because he saw the petition. They tell him, hey, this guy is writing out against you. Move outside. He moved outside, now he rents an office.
Yes, you tell me.
Because before he doesn't have office. The office is in the embassy. Is the consulate table. If I pay my money for tax, pay electricity bill, the government will give it to him free. And they close my own company down. So what are we going to do? If it's the embassy is the problem, that I cannot work, and it's the embassy who closed my business down, so what am I going to do? I just keep quiet and walk away.
Your process 2 weeks ago, 2 or 1 week ago, I asked about your process. The Portuguese Conservatory are waiting the information of the CEF about you. It's the only thing that they are doing in the process. Everything is done. Now they only are waiting the information of CEF. Is normal.
But I saw.
What you see in the system forgot, because they don't have nothing to see with the reality. The last time that I was in the conservatory, I asked for some process of my clients, and one of them, it's about your process. Your process are waiting the information of SEF. That it means that before we have the decision for your process, it's not a good idea. We do some kind of situations.
Because to be honest with you, I'm somebody who listens to advice. When somebody said to me, wait, I wait.
And you must wait to do it, because if we create some situations before you have your nationality, you can have problems.
The problem in Nigeria, the lawyer I'm using for this Portuguese problem is not the lawyer I'm using. I have another lawyer. We have written a petition, and then now we now find out that the crime is so big, because the director of registry of companies in Nigeria is not in jail, because she do more things. What they do, if a foreigner come to Nigeria, because Nigerian law, a foreigner have to partner with a Nigerian to have a company. If you a foreigner come with big money to have a company, what they do, they go and forge your signature, change your name, put another person. They will kidnap your partner in Nigeria and kill him. And you, a foreigner, you run away, and the company is for him.
So simple.
This is
So simple.
This is a new strategy of terrorists in Nigeria.
My God.
So I have a
So they do what they want in the way that they want.
the petition. If you are checking in the internet, that you see that America put visa restriction to Nigerians because CIA know about the case, about my case. Because when my wife invited the CIA, give them the evidence, and the CIA now checking other things that happened, it was dissenting.
In my opinion,
So like Osvaldo case is a very small case.
a small case.
It's too small. I'm telling you. Because this scenario we have in Nigeria now, CIA is already now seeing what is happening in Nigeria. If you're thinking there's a man was killed. And this man, they target his business. They target his business. That's why they kill him. They target the man's business and they kill him. So if they target your business, what they're going to do to you is unbelievable. But it's good that everything is now is coming out in Nigeria. Nigeria is a terrorist country now. I'm a Nigerian, yes, but I speak out because I felt like if everybody keep quiet, then how long?
I'm going to say sorry.
Don't you see?
No.
So
It's
because
horrible.
if we are keeping quiet, this will continue happening.
It was complicated.
If everybody say, oh, I take my money and everybody keep quiet, things will start getting bad and bad and bad. Nigeria is on the roof because people keep quiet before. People keep quiet in Nigeria for so long. Nobody wants to say anything. They are afraid of, oh, if I say this in my party, my friend, they did this, and now Nigeria is on the roof that things are going bad. Like the company I have with my brother, when we review the secret, and because the woman transferred through the bank, Fidelity Bank in Nigeria, and this bank is owned by P2B. P2B is who? Is a former candidate for vice president. They run this money through the bank. It was illegal, and they moved it to America. So when we find that out, that film was CIA, and CIA saw what happened, and they asked, how can somebody find such a document? It's impossible. Because even though you have eye problem, you must see it. And that is when CIA go in and things start rolling out. It was the same pattern. They killed my brother, many people have died that way. And when they're checking the history, they all have business. When you go to check about the company is collapsed. When you check where's the money, No choice.
How?
They don't know that. They don't, the thing is, even there's somebody in central bank, after the wire transfer, they will have to tamper with the information. But America have it already because they have to go through America. So they wipe it in Nigerian bank, but America have it already. That's why CIA say, wow, 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 wow. What's going on in Nigeria? That's why now they put visa restriction to Nigeria.
It was very complicated. I cannot imagine how people can live in that way. How the economy of the country can go up.
No, the government, the people in the government don't care about the economy.
They care about themselves.
But they are all stupid. If you like this guy, what's the name? Alum. You know, they buy old things, old cars, and send it to Nigeria to sell. If I take you where they are selling, making this business, you cannot go there. You can't. You can't. You can. If somebody tell you go here, you will make money there, you say no way.
My God.
So it's good for you to travel there when you see the condition of things and you start to speak out. Because if everybody keeping quiet,
Nothing happened.
things will get worse. The first time my wife came to Nigeria, they attempted to kidnap her. I was lucky to run away. The second time she came is when they kidnapped my brother, and she didn't want to go anymore.
But it was the wife of your brother, right?
Now the wife of my brother who organized all these things.
Oh.
So now we know what is happening, and not to we like America come around not to push forward too much forward, and wait and let them see more people. He say don't put it in the news. America want to know more.
How long that investigation?
CIA, see, a lot of CIA in Nigeria. A lot
Yes.
of CIA in Nigeria. Because so many Americans have been kidnapped and killed. So many Europeans have been kidnapped and killed.
So they wanted to understand the investigation what happened there.
Exactly. Because the former director of registry in the corporate affairs Nigeria, now they discovered that the man have more than $5 billion. What did he do? He worked with bad people. They change somebody company, kill the person, take over the money, got his own money, and they go on. That's what they do.
My God.
That's why Osvaldo came to Nigeria, and they see it like, wow, I can do what I want here, and nobody can.
Because he are in a paradise for a crime.
That's why he don't care. He put it in the internet. He don't care because he know that
That is why he have the office in the embassy. They can do everything.
As a consulate, have his own company inside the consulate.
But it was very complicated to understand this kind of situation because in Portugal we don't have this kind of situation.
But the embassy is Portugal also.
Yes, and that it means that our politics are in the scam.
Because if they ask me to pay money, I want to know how will I get the money. What will I do? If they want me to sell drugs, because what you see in the news is that Nigerians are selling drugs.
Yes.
So if they want me to sell drugs, they should give me a certificate to sell drugs. So they have to tell me how can I get the money. I want to know how can I get money to pay. Because the embassy is a territory of Portugal. and the whole organized crime was inside the embassy. So, how will I get money? The same people who block my business is the same people who ask me to pay money. How will I get money? The money I have put in the business is gone. Last time I showed you document, my business was
For example,
a minus.
There are one situation that I'm not very well with this kind of situation, and I explain you why. If this payment was not done, and if the payment is really must be paid, if the company don't do this payment, they transfer the debt to you because you are the manager. That it means, as we have your process of nationality in course, if you have problems with the financials, they create problems in the nationality process.
Better. Because it would be nice to ask them what is the problem, and they will say that I need to pay money. Then we can ask them, because this petition we have translated it and we'll keep it and we're waiting. Are we going to wait for the whole year? No.
But it is important for you that they don't cross the things before you have your nationality. And the process now, it is in the situation of only wait the information of self. So that it means that any moment we can have the decision of your process. So it is important that we try to keep this without problems, because anytime if they are waiting the information of self, the self do many things. One of them is to check in our in computers, if you have that, to the financials, if you have a traffic offense. So they scan and they go do averiguation for every kind of situation. And it's not good if we have any kind of problem. I explain, even if it is a small problem, it's enough for to stop the process. Your process have more than 1 year, perhaps.
Yes, it's more than 1 year, but by the law said 1 year, 9 months to 1 year for them to do the process.
But it's normal. For me, it's normal. I have many process of nationality by merit, and the process by merit, the normal process is around 1 year. The normal process, and the process of merit, it's more than 1 year, because one thing that the guys always go check if it is the merit is true or if it is a fake merit. They always do that. This kind of process is more slow.
Because all this talking, I'm a patient man. But if I live in a country, I'm not allowed to work, but they don't care how did I get money to pay.
They don't want to know about that. But our institutions, they don't care nothing. They don't care nothing. What the guy said is that you must do the payments. If you don't do the payments, they create many situations that can create problems for you. Imagine that you don't want the nationality. In that case, I can say, you don't have nothing in your name, don't worry. But if you want your nationality...
No, if listen to me. It can go 2 ways. They pay me for damages, and I leave the country. The nationality, they can keep it. Because they are going to pay me big money for what they did.
But that part we only can do something after you have your nationality.
I can forget about nationality. If they would take it like terrorist act, that you want to get, fuck the nationality and let them pay me for damages. They cost me a lot of damage in my life. They destroyed me. Yes, it was stealing. This is robbery.
I know.
So they can fuck off with the nationality and pay me for damages. Because it's true, I like Portugal, but if I like a country and the country don't want me, I have to go.
No,
If
the,
it-
the countries
so,
don't have
if-
nothing against you, Godwin. No, the problem here
Because-
is that
No,
when you try to do your business, you have problems with.
No, the government, the embassy is
Yes.
the government.
Yes.
And the government is the one who gave me certificate, and the government lied to me. They manipulated me and they stole my money. They rendered my life useless. I want you to understand that the government rendered my life useless. So we can have two things. If you tell me that I have to wait for 5 years because of nationality process before consent, we can forget about nationality process and then let them pay me the
Don't
damages.
give up of your
And let me
nationality
go.
now, Godwin, because you spend so much money. Your process, I believe that is almost in the hand. So don't lose the
No,
nationality
if
now.
because if they think that somebody wants nationality and they no, forget it and you pay me for damages because what they did to me is horrible.
I know.
Everything you told me, I agree with you. Wait, we don't want to make it public. If we are going to make it public in the media, let me do it and let them pay me and I go.
Wait more 1 or 2
I want to
months.
walk with a legal way. I don't want to commit crime. I want to do normal things. Why can't you support me?
I think that you know that in Portugal, everything that have to see with court is very slowly. The last time, I think that it was 1 or 2 weeks, but maybe you can check the date that I was in conservatory and I checked many processes. One of them is your process. I believe that more 1 month, more or less, we have decision in your process. It is important.
Everything you told me, I do what you said. You remember? I do everything you asked me
When
to
you
do.
go out.
Maybe I came back. Let me know what is going on because in Nigeria, the more things I know, the more my head is blowing off.
What for me now, what is important because you show me this, we must check the position in the financials and in Segurança Social. Because if the accountant do the things well, we don't have this kind of situation. Unless there are some mistake by the side of Segurança Social. What we must to do is try to see the position of the company in Segurança Social and in financials. And I explain you why. When I receive this, even this is a mistake, but when I receive this kind of documents, I'm worried because I think, well, if I receive this from November of another year, what's happened in the last year? That is why I'm not comfortable with this kind of. It's not this letter. It's if I receive this, perhaps the counter don't do nothing, and perhaps I have problems in the last year. So we must check what we have here. I know that I had the passwords of Microsoft, but when they are changing the counter, sometimes the guys change the passwords. So not today. When you go out, tell me.
2 months time, I'm still in.
So this week, Friday I go out. I go to France Friday, but this week I'm stay here. And you can stay here this week.
Yes.
So tomorrow I will try to see the situation in Segurança Social and in the financials, for we understand what we have in front of us.
Okay.
Because as I explained you, when I see this, I'm not comfortable, and it's not because this is because if this is because November, I don't know what's happened in the last year. We have November and we have December, and after we have all the last year.
Yeah.
What's happened here? So, and I think that you do a guarantee in the Instituto de Seguros. You do a guarantee, right?
Guarantee?
Yes, for the Instituto Seguros, the Instituto Turismo.
Yes, I paid 2,500 euros, yes.
For one guarantee.
Yeah, guarantee, yes, I paid it.
I go do a scan of this document.
But,
And
okay.
we talk tomorrow by this time.
Okay.
For I analyze what we have here. Because for me, if we have November, I must check. Because we must resolve this. But one thing is if it is 1 month. Another thing is if it is 1 year. It's different. Let me take a copy.
Okay, no problem.